is our
But Nation! God bless Australia, my home sweet home.
And it's also a very special show for me, which I'll reveal later on the show.
Yeah, he's going to take a bath. Anyway, once.
Okay, so welcome to the show. Tonight's going to be a bit of a reminiscent show. We're going to try and show you some of the stuff. It's been 3 years we've been doing Balls and All. And that's on a continuous basis, no breaks. The only time we actually had a break is when last year. Well, you've had breaks.
Yes.
Last year when the cricket was on.
That's right. I mean, basically, we've been doing it nonstop, and we've been up the creek without a paddle till tonight. Tonight. We have a paddle.
This is my happy face.
Yes.
We actually have 2 paddles, and boy, do they need to be used.
Go bondage. Anyway.
So let's have a quick glimpse at some of the kind of quick stuff that we've done over the last 3 years. But first, so you always say, let's get the balls and all rolling. And just have a quick look at some of the stuff when we first began.
Welcome to Balls and All, your sports and leisure show, and we've got Wayne and James and the Action Man, and we're going to tell you why we're laughing in a minute. We're here at Midland, near the Midland Military, actually at the Midland Military Markets, and we're about to show you a rodeo.
Welcome back, everyone. Now I'm talking with Captain Max Walker. Now, how's today going?
It's been very good, actually. We've had a very good turnout from the public.
And howdy. Howdy.
So how do you think the new camera's going to go, mate?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Now I'm speaking with the General Manager of 31, Andrew Bryan. How you going, mate?
Very well.
Hello, I'm James from Balls and All, and we're down here at the Ballajora Indoor Sports Club, and I'm speaking with the manager of the Rebels, Gary, who they call Pud. How you going, mate?
Good, thanks, James. Real good.
Yeah, welcome back from the break, everybody. We're still down here at the rugby now. I'm speaking to my old trainer, Tony. How you going, mate?
Good, thanks, mate.
Hello, everybody. I'm James from Balls and All, and you'll see a bit of footage today of some pretty cool stuff. We're here at the Ninja-Kai Tai-Jitsu place in Wanneroo. Hello, I'm James from Balls and All, and as you can tell by the music behind me and the beer in front of me, we're down here at the Rain Donut Club. I think I got it right that time.
Yes.
And I'm speaking with Fritzy. How are you going?
Thank you very much, James.
And now we're speaking to the ladies who play for the Southern Stars. Hello, I'm James from Balls and All, and I've never ever done a story like this before in my life. And I'm speaking with the Fairy Queen Caroline. Did I get that right?
That's right, you did. Well done.
See, that memory still does work, Wayne. You're lying.
The light came on, so that means I got an interview to do, and I'm here with none other than Alan Black, the head coach of the Wildcats. How you doing, Alan?
Have a look at Wayne's guy.
We're not live, but we're hanging out. I'm just hanging out with a few of my buddies. I met this guy at the pub, and I gave him a couple ideas, and the next thing you know, he's a big star, and he didn't even cut me in. I don't get it. And I used to kick this guy's butt around a little bit. And next thing I know, he's won a couple big fights, and he's the world champion. I don't get it. Sucks. Anyway. Hello, I'm Wayne Simmons for Balls and All, and I'm here at the Wheelchair Sports Center in Osborne Park. Thanks a lot, guys, for that interesting intro. And Moose, remind me to shoot you later about the worm joke. But anyway, as we go along, we're here speaking with Kate Orr.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Balls and All. And today I'm doing something totally different. I'm down at the Belmont Sports Club, as you'll see throughout the show, and we're going to be all over the place. And I'm talking to Dennis. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Yeah, terrific.
Hi, everybody. Here we are in the markets. Welcome back. And talking to one of the great voices of here in Western Australia. And I'm talking, of course, the one and the only. Actually, when I was a boy, which is a lie, there used to be a radio program with 2 guys, and you'd swear it was a religious program because you had a guy who was a dean on it and another fellow who was very popular. And here he is, one half of that, Mr. Peter Dean. Hi, Peter. How are you?
Moose, how are you?
Well, we're here at Beckenham watching the Samoan Day, all the cultural events that are happening, and of course the main dancers of the day. Well, they're all main dancers as they are, but we're here for the Samoan
everybody.
Festival.
We're
here at the Westfield Galleria, and behind us is a whole bunch of policemen, fire brigade, SES people, ambulance, all kinds of people from all these different walks of life, and they've all raised around about $1,000 to get their head shaved. You can see it all happening on the stage behind us. I'm going to talk to Naomi here, who doesn't even know I'm walking up. Hi, Naomi. How are you?
I'm very good.
There's a bear in there, open wide. How you going? Yeah, it's not play school. It's still balls and all. And we're going to have part 2 to that story next week. We're going to be taking breaks, see wherever we pop up. Oh, I think we're going to go and see where Justin and James are. I think they're over at Lanceland. Done a bit of bike riding, so we'll catch up with them after the break. I'm down at Trig Beach today with the surf rescue crew. I've got Cocky and Nicole and Adam here with me. Hello, welcome to Balls and All, your sports and leisure program for you, the everyday person involved in everyday sports with everyday life. That's a little bit of quick glimpse. Here on Balls and All, we've done all kinds of bits and pieces, and we've also, over the last 3 years, really done some stories that really stick out, and we really remember them for one reason. Either they were funny or very serious or whatever the deal may be. What kind of things, Wayne, you remember about?
Well, I kind of remember back in 1923. No, no, back when I was a boy. No, I remember a story we did. This was last year with the Wildcats. I believe I was speaking to Rob Feaster, and we just did the whole show from the Wildcat lair, basically the Perth Entertainment Center, which incidentally will be no more in the next year. So it was a historic story. Well, actually, they're looking at tearing that down and building another facility where you have the parking lot at the moment. That's on the quiet.
Just one of those many things we hear, first of all, here on Balls and All.
That's right. So, you know, as you can see this year, they moved back to Challenge Stadium. So, you know, this year, it was a good thing we got them moves because this was like the last time they'll be in the entertainment center. So it's just one of the things, yeah.
So we'll have a bit of a gander at some of the footage from the entertainment center and the Wildcats change room. You've got a couple of the key guys here, Andrew Vlahoff, of course, and Ricky Grace. And I'm going to have a chat with the man who makes the big decisions when they're out there playing, and he's here busy getting ready for the game. Alan Black, how's everything looking for the game?
Not too bad. We've had a couple of guys out not training, and James Harvey and Neil Mottram out for the game. So, you know, it's going to be a tough
second
one.
Leading scorer for us. So we're without him, they're without James Harvey. So it's all things are equal now. So we're feeling very confident though, and looking forward to the game.
Now, what are going to be your key matchups? What do you think is going to be the big, more of the, let's say the we'll of the game tonight?
And how long have you been doing it?
Cheerleading. This is our 3rd year.
All right.
And we've won every year. We hope to win again.
Good stuff. It's going off here.
Well, that was a bloody exciting night, really. I mean, when we got there, the crowd so enthusiastic, and the Wildcats really have such a great following here in Perth.
Yeah, they do. They have a tremendous following, and they have great tradition. Other than this year where Adelaide has won their 4th championship, The Perth Wildcats were formerly the winningest team in the history of the NBL. So they're tied with Adelaide, and they've got a tremendous record. They've got a new look team this year, and let's get behind them and give them support.
And Alan Black's still there, and all the gang there, and Luke Longley standing very tall in the background there, having a look at them all.
Yes, he is, and you can stand very tall when you're one of the owners. And with his 7'2", almost 300-pound frame, he can do exactly what he likes. So, Luke, how the hell are you?
Can you pound Wayne next time?
Hey!
Now, James, over the last...
Yeah, hang on, mate.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Hi, everybody.
Over the last 3 years, we're doing the show, by the way, as you can see from the Goon Shed. We did that a few years ago, and it was a very sober event.
Light Moose. Lady lighting for your lighting solution.
Would you buy lights off this guy? We could have used some good lights for here tonight. Now, tell us some of the things over the last 3 years, your memories.
Well, I've actually done quite a few good things in my last few years. Tommy, go bust a cap. Quite a few memorable and enjoyable things. And one of them, which is coming right about now, is Howdy. No, not the Howdy. I am a petrol head, as you can know. My hair, that's why it goes blonde, because the fuel just, yeah. Yeah, that was a good joke, wasn't it? Look, smiley face. Anyway, so I had a chance. I went down to the Ellenbrook Speedway, and Team Whittington gave me a go with the car. And
this is with Peter and all the guys.
Peter Jonesy and Paul Whittington, and I didn't even stack it. They thought I was going to bend it, but Robin's racing, and it was all good.
Before we go there, let me just take the opportunity, because we're mentioning them. I want to say a big thanks to the Whittington Racing Team and Protect Paints and Coates Hire, because one weekend they borrowed the bus. They were going away country and said, "Oh, we need the bus, the big bus." And went to pick it up, and they had actually taken it in, sanded it all down, patched it all up, and resprayed the whole thing for it. Patched it up.
Use the dog?
Yeah. How many beers? Anyway, and resprayed it, and we never ever had the opportunity to thank them properly. They actually took a little bit of film and footage, and that went by the way. Don't know where that's gone. Action Man snuck in there and took some footage of it. And big thank you to Protect Paint and the Whittington Racing Team, and Peter Jones and his whole family, who really got behind and painted. Looks beautiful.
I had an absolute ball driving that car. It was
we're back to the car now, are we?
It's all about the car, baby. So it was a lot of fun, and check this out.
Paul Whittington here, guest reporter for Balls and All. Today I'm with James Jones, who's just had a drive in my second car. James, how did you go for this was the second time out there today? How did the car feel?
It's bloody awesome, mate. I had a ball. I really wouldn't mind giving it a go next year. Got to get some dough together. But it's I thought it'd be fun, but it's heaps more fun than what I ever thought it would be. It's also totally different. Like, you stand up here. I've interviewed a lot of people, as you've seen over the time, about driving that. When you're actually out on the track, it's unbelievable. I found it really hard going into the corners. Can you talk a bit about cornering for some people? Like, you know the deal. I stacked it, almost stacked it, but tell us that what I was supposed to, because I'll be watching the footage right now. What was I doing wrong when I went into the corners?
Well, the first time that James was out there, he was staying a bit low on the straight, whereas you need to bring the car up a little and then come down to go into the corner. Where James was making his mistake was too low, then he went to turn into the corner, found that the car didn't want to turn in too well, and got a little bit out of shape at times. Just basically the car didn't want to turn in too well at all, and he had to fight the car to get it around the corner. But I noticed the second time he brought the car up to the middle of the track more and found it a lot easier to get it round the corner. Is that what you found, James?
I found one of the hardest things, Paul, was when you did come into the second corner, like I got a bit of speed up along the straight, and then trying to slide in, I was kind of getting afraid that if I hook it too far, she's going to slide and then come back and hit the wall. Do you brake and then swing it in, or you just I suppose you get used to swinging it in?
Well, it's pretty well up to the driver, James. Just what he gets used to. Some drivers don't use brakes at all.
Yeah, do you use brakes?
I do use just a touch of a brake just to set it into the corner, and then don't touch the brake again at all until I'm going into the next corner.
That was a great story, and I really did enjoy it. I've always liked car racing, as you fellas probably know, because I'm always like, yeah, I'll do that story. And to have the chance to actually be out there, they brought the car down, especially for me, and I think that a few other people had to drive, and they were waiting on, come on, James, where are you? That. As soon as I got there, ran there, borrowed Sandy's suit to get down there. Thanks a lot, Sandy. And just had a great...
You've actually been in Sandy's pants now, have you?
Actually, yeah, how you doing? It was all good, and had a lot of fun.
Family show, isn't it?
Yeah, had a lot of fun racing around the track, and yeah, I wish I could do it, but other reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, what I meant is in her overalls,
okay.
he had to wear them.
Oh, okay. I almost thought you said race around the crack, but that's another story.
Track.
Oh, track, not crack. Okay, then. Well, you got to check these things out. You know, it is a family show. Also, I guess now we've been told to dribble a bit, and I don't mean with the basketball. So what else do we want to talk about? Let's talk about the meaning of life, Boo.
Okay, we're going to do a break. And here we are, still in the Goon Shed, celebrating our 3rd birthday. We got a lot of our family and friends and people who've been important to us on the show. Some people here from Pure Image who've done our web page and soon going to update it and get it fixed up. Some people from WA Net, the people who look after us with our internet. You're right.
Yeah, I was just working on my table tennis.
Can you use your left hand as well with that?
I'm used to using my left hand.
So you can actually bat with both hands.
That's a bit below the belt, Moose. That's a bit below the belt. Because you know that all the crew can bat with both hands.
If you're going to bat with both hands, it's usually below the belt. But that's another story. Anyway.
And of course, we got our Time Glow shirts on. The guys from Time Glow couldn't be here off in Sydney. They're the people to go have a chat with if you want to get some great sports gear. And they've looked after us pretty much for the last 2 out of the 3 years, haven't they? Oh, no, pretty much since we began, haven't they?
Oh, well, I guess they have. Yeah, no, they've done a good job. They've done a fantastic job.
With our different shirts, these ones and those ones and everything. So, yeah, a lot of good people. And now, because you guys are real interested in one of my favorite stories, aren't you?
We can't wait, baby. What is that?
Well, over the last 3 years, something that's been really a big pleasure to myself, and I'm sure the other guys on the crew, is when we got to talk to some of the big stars around Australia, as well as international stars. It was fantastic to catch up. A while back we talked to Normie Rowe, Kevin Bloody Wilson, Little Patty. You had a chat with Johnny Devlin.
Yes, I did, and that was fantastic. Actually, Johnny Devlin has one of the rare photos that has been seen with Johnny Devlin with the Beatles, and its photo was taken in 1964, basically at the height of their fame. So very fortunate man to get that, and he's been going for the last 40 years, and he still tours.
Still tours. And someone else great recently, we caught up with Glenn Shorrock, formerly Little River Band and all that when they were here, and a great pleasure too. Probably one of the biggest pleasures was have a chat with Rolf Harris. So have a bit of a look at some of these stories.
Especially after the Olympics, and it was a good lead up to the World Cup final.
This symbolises a lot about the way I'd like to see WA go. More value adding in terms of our timber industry, because as you know, we've stopped the logging of old growth forests.
But this was Blazing Salads. How'd that all go?
Well, it was just, we were discussing Mel Brooks's movies, and after a few reasons, and my favourite was Blazing Salads.
Suede Shoes, which we have the Bee Gees doing vocal backing when they were little kids. So there's a lot of history there.
She smashed back in March, so I've got a little bit to catch up on her, but hopefully if everything goes to plan, I'll be up there with her.
You like me up?
My sister wasn't wearing it today, so I thought I would.
Fantastic. I was going to steal it off you, but I don't think it'll fit.
It probably would,
Well, I played for, I didn't play in the metropolitan area.
I am Moose.
Welcome to the show. Now, have you heard of the name of our show?
Of course I have.
Balls and all.
Balls and all.
Balls and all. And we're
Channel 31, Balls and all. Well, you picked the right bloke tonight, mate.
That's right.
Well, I played for Melbourne, North Melbourne and Essendon. I played in the Premiership, and I've been around for a long time.
Hi, thank you very much for those lovely compliments.
Thank you very much for your performance. That was absolutely brilliant.
Get there for a minute there. You can see there's a little bit of height difference there. And I'm speaking to three-time NBA champion Luke Longley. How you doing, Luke?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Pretty good before you blocked my shot.
To pretty much put on a show, do some big ramp jumps, and unfortunately the ramps aren't here today, but me and Rourke, Tommy Clowers will be riding the track today, getting a little practice in.
This is about an album that the Vietnam Veterans Motorcycle Club are selling to raise money for kids with cancer.
It's a great cause.
Angry Anderson, Kevin Bloody, yours truly, John Schumann.
That's him, by the way. I didn't do it.
The Hamburger Kid.
That's right.
Normie Rowe.
You know, here I am sort of 18 years later, still at it.
Our former Olympians from Munich in 1972, Peter Phillips. Hi, Peter.
G'day, Moose. How are you?
Good, good.
We first met, I was about 15, I guess you were about 7 or something. You were a little shaver, and we used to sing a song together about the rodeo and a mad horse called
Mandrake.
Mandrake, yeah. And the song went, screw down the saddle, make him good and tight. Back from the rails, lads, ask him is he right.
Yeah, second season back home, and spent 3 in Melbourne and 2 in Adelaide.
Well, also, I think it's important to let our local government and state and federal government people know how important it is to put the money into sporting venues. I think this is absolutely important.
Because I think whenever something as beautiful as the airlines are used as such a destructive tool, you have to widen your purpose and why you're having that tour.
Feeling as though the players are starting to show some of the things that you're trying to teach them. You feel as though you're making some inroads and helping them. That's my real ambition now, is to see the young players coming through the West Coast Eagles have hopefully as much success as I was lucky enough.
It was really fantastic to catch up with all those people, but of course over the years our concentration has not been on the big names, although we've spoke to the Wildcats and Glory and all that lot, and the Eagles and Dockers and whatever, but our real focus has always been on you, the real people, and the things that you do, and it's always been a great pleasure. What other kind of things, Wayne, over the last 3 years, stories you remember?
Well, I know on a lighter note, we went down to the Midland markets. Actually, that was where the famous Jared Junction song was born.
What a great, actually round and round on the CD.
We won't go there. But actually, there was a Jared Junction song, but we went down at the junction. Anyway, we went down to Midland markets, and we did a few things down there, and, you know, we'll just have a look at some of the snippets.
Now, what about this cubby? What do you think, mate? You think there's a bear in there?
There could be a bear in there.
Yeah.
D-block as well.
Hey, there's the other one. Well, that's enough comedy from us. Where are we going now, Wayne?
Well, if I knew where we was going, I'd be you, but I don't know.
I think we're going to, hey?
We're going to a break.
We're going to a break.
We're going to break.
Break.
So everybody break.
We'll be right back after these ads, and make sure when you're watching the ads, the Jared Junction ad, Moose is singing in it.
And he's doing a tremendous job, and there's been album offers already.
He's ready to cut one, isn't he?
He's turning them down.
All right, let's catch up with, talking about singers, let's catch up with Wayne Simmons, who's just released one of his CDs, as you've seen a couple weeks back on our show. So, Wayne, where are you? Let's have a look for Wayne's guy.
We're not live, but we're hanging out. I'm just hanging out with a few of my buddies. I met this guy at the pub, and I gave him a couple ideas, and the next thing you know, he's a big star, and he didn't even cut me in. I don't get it. And I used to kick this guy's butt around a little bit. And next thing I know, he's won a couple big fights, and he's the world champion. I don't get it.
Yeah, still here, and Rugs Plus right here in the markets, Midland Military Markets. And the prices here, I tell you, they're so cheap. You don't need to steal them. Everything here. Look at these giant carpets, $99. They're fantastic. Hey, where are you guys going? Come back. Bring those carpets back. Not only is it carpet, there's a bloke here who's got his cocky hanging out. You get everything
here.
You
know, the great thing about Balls and All, on our show, these are the only fairies you're going to see. Even though James just did a story about fairies. But that's another story.
Born to be wild. Here we go. Great song. A lot of people remember that song. How you going, mate?
I'm doing very well.
It says L on here, but does have how many X's in front of this one? Hi, everybody. You're watching Flick Tees. I'm Gavin.
I'm John. I'm Andre, I think.
Well, I'm the guest host because Kaz is gone.
Kaz isn't here. And your name, sir?
Elvis.
Elvis. Yeah, that was a lot of fun over there. And big hello to everyone at all the markets around the place and on the weekend. And we had a good time there, didn't we?
We had a fantastic time there. And I mean, there was no fairy floss going on. It was just a great, fun-filled afternoon.
No fairy floss whatsoever. And what other kind of things, James, you reckon we had a good time with?
Well, actually, being with the crew, we're all a bit yet in the head. So we had a lot of fun hanging around together. Yet in the head, you know how it goes. And we had a lot of fun mucking around together. And some things, sometimes me and Wayne went out and did street talks at various events. Well, we went to various events.
We were in the street.
Yeah, we were in the street. Good point, Wayne. I didn't even know that. And one of the things, like we went to Mandurah and did some down there. And one of the best thing we ever did, went out had a blinder on New Year's Eve. And then the next day, remember Perth Cup?
Oh, Perth Cup.
Perth Cup Day. You got to see this. It was good fun. So check this out.
How you doing it?
How you rolling?
No.
Balls and All is here in Tenno. I don't know how we got in. We scammed it, but we're here, baby.
Yeah.
So we'll be walking around Tenno.
Come over and see us.
We're here courtesy of the Fremantle Roosters Rugby Club. And we're here partying, baby. And
we even got a rooster behind the camera right now.
Thank you very much. You got no nation. Bye. Well, it's about 3 in the afternoon. We're pretty jolly at the moment, aren't we, Wayne?
Yes, we are.
And how was your New Year's Eve?
It was fantastic.
That's great. Well, actually, I'm doing a bit of a moose here, aren't I?
Yeah, I know. Hey.
And do you have a bet today?
No.
Hey!
Hot potato, hot potato.
Wiggle it just a little bit. How you guys doing?
What brings you today to Channel 31? Oh, not to Channel 31, to the Perth Cup via Channel 31.
To film all the events of today.
All the what?
All the events. And the
Like
scenery.
what, for example?
The scenery.
The scenery is out of this world, isn't it? It is mind-grabbing. Oh, it's eye candy. Look at him.
I'm Jeremy, actually.
Okay, and I'm James anyway. And how's your day going?
Yeah, it's been good, actually. Had a big night last night. And I thought,
As you do, of course, New Year's Eve.
yeah, you do, and you think, like, the only best day to go out with is the day. It's a New Year's Day.
That's it. Hair of the dog, baby.
Oh, mate, the hair of the dog. I'm telling you, the hair would have been flanged up in the morning, and we'd have to keep going, eh? Like today was like full on, eh? Like it's like no, maybe. Oh yeah, we'll do it.
4 or 5 later, yeah, second win.
Yeah, you got to do the right. I mean, doesn't matter how much you did, or you know, it's like you got to do it for your country.
Do it for the country, Australians. All right, come on.
Hey Joe and all the crew at Freo Touch Rugby.
Awesome, and it's cool. We're going to go well next year.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, they should do.
Kick some serious butt.
Kick some serious ass.
Yeah, ass. Hell yeah.
Are you just saving the best till last, or are you going to go?
I've been the X-Man and all.
Come on, Action Man. You're the Action Man. Baby.
What does that say? What does that number say? What does that number say?
It says, oh, baby, 69.
I'm
And
money out of this.
from Channel 31 and the Perth Cup, we'd like to thank you for coming.
Yeah, well, the Perth Cup's always been great. And
We had a great time there. We had a great time. As you could see from the
Fantastic. And the people were very nice. And, you know, it was very sociable. But, you know, after about 2:30 at the Perth Cup, for some reason, Moose and James, those interviews get a little bit out of hand. But we handled ourselves well.
Did we?
That's
Yes,
because
I think we did.
that's because of what you have in one hand all day long.
Oh, yeah.
A can he's talking about.
Yes.
Talking about a can.
Yeah, thanks to the West Australian Turf Club and everyone over there at Ascot. Fantastic. Always have a great time there. Something else that I've always enjoyed about the show too is the real people we spoke to, like well back we spoke to Elsie Sully, who looked after us so well when we went down and had a chat with them. And of course Fritzy over at the German
Fritzy,
club. Hello Fritzy, how are you?
Fritzy. She was fantastic.
I'd like to say hello to everyone down there at the German club in Myrie. They always look after us. They're great people down there.
Fantastic, good fun, and it's open to everybody too. Really enjoyed too a lot of the stuff we did up at the Speedway at Ellenbrook and all that. And I suppose one of the biggest days that sticks in my mind is when we went up there helping out the Princess Margaret Hospital. We'd done the Bluey Day as we always do each year, and try and help you guys recognize that there's a need there. And I know that everyone's always saying, "I'll donate to this and donate to that," but you know, we're always trying to get you to help out with the Leukemia Foundation and the Bluey Day, the kids with cancer. And we had a great day up at Ellenbrook Speedway there. Welcome to Balls and All, and I got Wayne here with me. Hi, Wayne. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Musa, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But today we're here about some people who might not be doing well. They're doing pretty good, and of course they need your help. So almost all the show, or a good portion of the show anyway, is going to be dedicated to them, as of course they need all the help and
Moose,
assistance they can.
Patricia and Ellie here, and we've got two older blokes on the other side, and I'm probably the oldest here, and we got Dave Galloway, and we've got Lynn over here. So how you doing, guys?
Good, mate. You?
I'm doing very good. And Dave?
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. Excellent. And it went really well. The Kids for Cancer are loving it up there, and it's a pity that more people haven't come along.
Okay, then. Now, Dave, can you tell us a little bit about your involvement, other than the fact that I just got arrested?
What'd you get arrested for?
It's nothing we can say on the show. Where did you get that?
Okay, mate, no, everything's here for the AMCARs today, and the kids with cancer, and everyone here. You know, we want to put on a good show for all the crowd, especially for the kids, you know. They've got a disease that none of us want, and I really hope they can fight it and beat it.
We're going to move along and talk to some more young people. Your name is?
Kelly.
And you're here with?
Jessica.
Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
Okay. And how old is Jessica?
3.
3. Okay. And your name is?
Travis.
Travis. Now, Travis, how old are you?
6.
6. Now, is there anybody you want to say hello to? Anybody at all? I'm sure you'll come up with somebody. We'll be back to you. And your name is?
Nastasha.
Natasha. Nastasha. Now, how old are you?
4.
4. Now, are you having a fun day?
Yes.
That's very good. So you like the cars racing around, huh?
Yes.
Stu Mills, son of Chris Mills. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Now, on a great day like this, Kids for Cancer, how's Chris faring today?
He's very tired, but he's enjoyed himself today, and yeah, it's been a brilliant day.
Okay, then I think a lot of people would like to know, Chris is 12 years old. I think a lot of people would like to know treatment-wise, because for people that don't see what goes into this, what has the treatment been like for you, and what impact does it have on the family?
The treatment's done very well for Christopher. He's not on any treatment at the moment, but yeah, the impact on the family, it's a shock to the whole family. Considering we had 12 months ago we had a healthy boy, and now we've got one in a wheelchair.
Yeah, thanks to everyone there at Ellenbrook Speedway, and of course on a sad note, we on Balls and All, we got a big following. Thanks very much for that. We appreciate that, but sadly sometimes people have disappeared from that, and we've always tried to recognize, and one of the people was the young Chris Mills, and you spoke to his mother Sue on the day.
Yes, I did. Yes, it was, she was explaining how up until the fact that he was 11 years old, he was just a healthy, normal kid, ran, played sport, did his normal kid stuff. And from the time he reached 11 to his age of 12, he was stricken with this terrible disease. And she was just explaining some of the trials and tribulations that the family had to go through, because it's really difficult seeing a loved one fade away like that. So we did that interview on a Sunday, and that Tuesday he passed away. So to the family, the Mills family, all our condolences, and we hope you're doing your best to get over such a sad time.
Yeah, and that's to anyone in that situation. Now, on Balls and All, too, we've been really lucky to be as multicultural as we possibly can. We're all Australian, and we were really happy when we went down and had a look at some of the Indian dancing, and we've been to the Samoan festival. We've been to all kinds of places. So we're off to a break. everybody. Still the three goons in
Three amigos
here in the goon shed. By the way, as we were pointed out by Tony hiding behind the camera, it's really persistently coming down at the moment, the rain and whatever, and Action Man has gone away with his cadets, so that's why he's not here.
Yes, he's going to do a lot of cadetting around, and the weather is horrible. So, Action Man, I hope you love it.
And hopefully if they get lost, he can use his finger and point the way back.
Or his compass.
Here's his finger pointing the way to getting back to things, because...
Is it one or two fingers, though?
Well, I don't know. He can't quite put his finger on it, though. Yeah. Although he tries.
It's good of you to point that out.
Oh, there you go.
So tell us, Wayne, another story you really liked.
Well, I did a story with an up-and-coming fighter at the time, a couple years ago, called Danny Green. Now, as you well know, he's very well publicized. He's one of the top contenders for the for the middleweight crown, and he's one of the top contenders to fight Anthony Mundine. So we did an interview with him.
You mean to kick Anthony Mundine's ass?
Well, you know, we got to be fair. We got to be unbiased, Moose. So he's here to fight Anthony Mundine. So he, you know, is a great fighter. He's done a lot in the community prior to going over, and let's have a look at his story. So it gives me great pleasure to do this interview with definitely a superstar in the sport, and is coming along very well, Danny Green, who is also the first West Australians to ever win a boxing match for WA. How you doing, Danny?
Good, thanks, Wayne. How you doing, mate? Good to see you again.
Okay, then now, if you could tell us a little bit about the Olympic experience.
Wayne, it was probably the best time of my life so far. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of broken bones and a lot of pain, and a lot of sweat and a lot of time spent with my trainer, Pat, and it was just an unbelievable experience, Wayne. The first fight I had with Brazil, he was number 2 in the US region. Lord Lino Barros was his name. He won a silver at the Pan Ams in America in '99, and he was a very strong boy, very tall, very big, and I knew he was a big puncher. And I was really relaxed going to the fight. There was full house, about 7,500 people at the fights, and came out to a Land Down Under, the song from Men at Work, and just the crowd went ballistic, and everyone at ground level inside the stadium, everyone on the ground level, not in the stands, their chest would have been doing that with the vibration for the noise. The noise was that great that everyone's chest was vibrating. People were stomping the seats, and it was just unbelievable. And I had about 50 of my friends and family up in one corner of the section. They had a big banner up there, and the first thing I did when I jumped in the ring was give them a quick wave and give them a wink, and it was awesome. Then it was down to business, and ended up stopping him in the 4th round. Wow. And I was very pleased. The score was 17-2. He only landed two or three punches on me, and so it was I hit him with some beautiful shots, and probably set up a really good fight for my next one, and felt very confident. Next fight I had was with the Russian Alexander Lebziak, 3-time Olympian. He's had 350 bouts. He's a world champion and current 3-time European champion, 97 world champion, going into the Olympics. Probably the most, apart from Felix Savon, the Cuban heavyweight, the most experienced and well-known fighter at the games. And I knew I had him, so it was kind of, it was tough, and I was looking forward to fighting him, and I knew that I'd kind of had a feeling I'd get him. I'd draw him and get to fight him, so I was really excited. I'd rather go there and fight the best than fight someone else and, maybe lose or whatever,
Danny has done a fantastic job, as you can see, and he's definitely moving up the ranks. So by the time this comes to air, he may even have already signed for his championship fight with Anthony Mundine. So we wish both fighters every success. And Moose.
No, we don't. We just wish Danny the best. Anyway, James.
Well, because it's all about me, back to me. A while ago, not too long ago, this year, we did a story which I'm not totally interested in the sport, I'll tell you from the start, but I thought it'd be an enjoyable day. When we got there, and you actually see how they go and what the whole sport entails.
And the type of beer that was drank.
And the type of beer that was drank, yeah. I mean, there was so much more to, we went out sailing, and it was just so much fun, and there was just beer flying from everywhere. It's all good. But check that, we just had such a great day. It was a beautiful day out there, and they were all going so hard. It's good fun doing interviews, and check this out. As you can see, I'm in a boat, and we're out here at sea. I'm speaking with the guest director of the show today, Alistair. How you going, mate?
Good afternoon. How are you? Good.
Really good. Now, we just seen them go around the first buoy. Can you explain what was going on?
Basically, what they're doing is on the state championship here, they actually have a series of buoys which is basically like a sausage leg course.
Yeah.
They go down to the first windward mark.
Yeah.
Under the first sailing, they're actually under headsail and main, and as you can notice, it's getting fairly rocky out here.
I just want to say that the sun is very good, and make sure when you're out here, make sure you wear sunblock. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I was Australian.
Yeah,
and this is if you don't wear sunblock.
Yeah,
so
cool.
it's very important.
Thank you very much for your kind donation.
Thank you.
Yeah, make sure you slip, slop, and slap when you're out in the sun, otherwise you'll end up like Wayne instead of me. And
that can be a good thing.
Yes, it could.
All right, here we are in the still out at sea, and I'm having a chat with the guys from Fracca. I'll just get your names if I can.
Yeah, Brett Andrews.
Brett, how you going, mate?
Not too bad, eh?
Good. Nice shirt we see you guys got there.
Yeah, it's alright, eh?
And your name?
Greg, mate.
Greg?
Yeah.
Greg, how's everything going with you today?
It's been going well.
And how's the boat been travelling?
Good.
Good, good. And your name?
Warren Elliott.
Warren, how's it going, mate?
Good, thank you.
And your name?
Khan.
Khan. Genghis Khan?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
You're winning.
Fracas Crusaders.
Fracas Crusaders.
I'd like to thank Alistair and all the crew out there. We had a great day, and thanks to you. The producer for the day, that's right, yeah, because he was calling the shots. And damn, you're bossy. But anyway, it was all good. Moose?
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Yeah, we were out in the middle of the ocean out there and ran out of beverages, and within 5 minutes, a few yachts came by and threw some on board. Thanks to everybody. That was fantastic. Something else, a story I really enjoyed doing is a couple of years ago we were at the Perth show, Royal Perth show, and late at night everything was closing down. Thanks, Tony. Don't worry, we can throw them back much harder. And late at night we were just on our way leaving and noticed one of the pavilions still open, and we went in, and it was, to me, one of the best stories. We spoke to the gang from ATSIC and looked at all their stuff and the beautiful wood carving and the egg carving and all that, and one of the fellows actually played the didgeridoo for us, and they showed us and all that, and it's fantastic. And so have a look at that story.
We're here with Les, Tim, and Darren, and we're from Balls and All, and we're just talking about this lovely exhibit here. You can see this great table and what have you, and this lovely artifact, and we'll let Les explain a bit about it. How you doing, Les?
Good, thanks. Yes, we've brought this all the way up from Narrogin to try to sell. It is made by Aboriginal people, and we feel proud of what we've done and what we've achieved here through the Royal Show, and I can guarantee we'll be back next year for the Royal Show with bigger and better artefacts and furniture.
Okay, now could you just tell us a little bit of how much time it would have taken to make some of these articles?
Yes, it takes quite a long time to make these. It's around about a month to make the table and 6 chairs. They're all made of jarrah and the fruit bowl. But yes, it'll take about a month or a little more to make these.
Excellent. It looks brilliant. It's a great design. And Tim, how you doing?
Not too bad, thanks to yourself.
Very good.
Oh, that was fantastic. We had a great time in there, too. It was amazing the stuff they had, wasn't it?
Yes, it was tremendous. I mean, we even found out a little bit about the history and the different types of groups of Aboriginal people. It was fantastic, and the people were very gracious to us, too.
Fantastic people, and hope to do a lot more of that. Don't forget, multicultural. If your group wants to let others know about yourselves, let us know. We'll do it.
Via email.
As you can see, we've always tried to maintain a seriousness about the show.
Tell him to say that 3 times fast. I don't think you can do it. And do it with a beer in your mouth, buddy.
the other story I really enjoyed doing a while back is we went down south and had a bit of a look around at the Manjimup Motorcycle Club and all the things that happened there. And while we were there, hung around for an extra week and went looking around Pemberton and Northcliffe and Windy Harbor. Have a look at some of the footage from there. Welcome to the show, and as you know, we're kind of wandering around the Southwest, and I've got Wayne with a stick in his hand. Wayne, how you going?
People usually like me with a stick in my hand, but that's another show. But today we're down in Pemberton, and it's just fantastic. The view is great. We actually just finished walking the woods, and it looks great.
Yes, if you got a few extra pounds, going downhill's pretty good. And actually, man, you're going to be doing some special stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually walking up the diamond tree, and which tires you out because it's kind of hard.
Everyone, we're here in Northcliffe, and a nice, quiet town. And you want to get away from the hustle and the bustle, you come down to Pemberton. We've been showing you all about that. Another 32 Ks, 33 Ks, whatever it may be, down the road, and you get to Northcliffe. And to tell us a bit about Northcliffe, I'm talking to Shashi, who's the manager here at the Tourist Information Bureau. Hi Shashi, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Northcliffe.
Thanks. Well everybody, we've made it here to Windy Harbor. I don't know why they call it that. I can't work it out myself. Way off in the background there, you might have seen some of the houses at the Windy Harbor, and we're up on the place where they put in our lighthouse. Now, I was told years ago they used to have a lighthouse down there, but too many ships got wrecked, so they thought maybe we better move it. So they put a new one up here. Yeah, we had a great time down at Pemberton and Northcliffe and Windy Harbor and the Manjimup No Mercy Challenge. Great down there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, they really looked after us well. Great staff, great people. And to see a town that normally has 3,000 to go up to 20,000 people approximately to watch great racing from not only Australian riders but riders internationally was pretty good.
Fantastic. And the whole idea of going down to doing shows like we did in Amora and even Mandurah and Manjimup and Pemberton, Northcliffe, all that, and soon from up in Geraldton, is we're trying to promote to you the idea of great family places, and it's not expensive, places to go to in Western Australia rather than going to other foreign lands.
Oh yeah, we're trying to keep it in WA.
That's right. What?
And there's also, I mean, I suppose for families, there's heaps of affordable, camping trips and stuff. It's just a lot cheaper, and you can. The Southwest is beautiful.
Fantastic. And we're going to be showing you a little bit of Geraldton coming up. Now, to do the show like this, of course, 3 years as we've been doing it, there's a lot of people to thank, and I know I'm not going to remember them all. As you can see, I've got no list in front of me. Not that we've ever had.
Have we ever worked with a script?
What's a script? And coming up starting next week, we're going to have a new look show, new ideas and whatever, and trying to be more informative as well. But over the last 3 years, of course, we got to thank one guy who's meant so much to us.
Hey, Brent, how you doing?
Rod Evans. So yeah, big thanks, of course, to Rod Evans and, of course, everyone at Cyril Jackson Senior Campus. A lot of their students used to help us, and then we go right back to the days of Steve and Melissa Goodson and Justin and Debbie and a whole lot of people.
Boy. He was a good rider and a lot of fun. See how boy he is. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I suppose his bike's still going and mine's not, so I can't really say that. But yeah, how you going, Justin and Debbie? Good to see you a couple of weeks ago, and good friends.
And they're coming getting married soon, aren't they?
Well, you can.
They
That's
don't know.
another show.
They don't know. Of course, I'd like to thank the gang, as you see in front of you, Wayne and James, and of course Action Man, who we mentioned. Actually, he missed last year's as well, or was it the first year?
Yeah, I think he did. I couldn't quite put his finger on the pulse of what he needed to do.
Yeah, no, someone needs to point him in the right direction.
Yeah.
And of course, the big monster who's standing behind the camera, named Tony Hasselbecker, who will never get his face on TV because he's too shy. But we do our best, and because he's the editor, he can cut it out.
We tried everything, tranquilizer guns and everything, but somehow he just figures it out and he just disappears on us.
So yeah, big thanks to Tony, and of course, I'm sure we all want to thank our families, everyone who's been supporting us, and of course the biggest thanks to you. You've actually got something you want to say, and the cameraman will probably zoom in on you a little bit.
Well, yeah. Yeah, as I was saying. Well, earlier on the show I said there was something I want to reveal. Well, actually, tonight is my last show with Balls and All. I know you're going to cry, but anyway. I've had a great time over the last few years, 3 years exactly. And we've done so many good things. We've had so much fun with different community events and all sorts of stuff. And it's just come time. We've been doing it 3 years. It's time to move on, you know. Life goes on. I filmed a documentary when I was in Europe last year. We got to edit and do that. You might even see me back on this show, but who knows at the moment. I'm out. So I'd like to thank all you viewers for watching the show. I mean, it's a good response when me and Wayne or Moose, we go through town, we go to a club, and people say, "Hi, we love your show." You know, it makes us feel like we're doing a great job. So thank you, the viewer, for watching the show and making us who we are. So thank you.
Yeah, well put together. And of course, big thanks to you, of course, James from Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah, those bucks.
For everything we've done, and I suppose really what James just said there. You want to reiterate a little bit about all the people and how when we're moving around a bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been fantastic, the response, because I'm amazed, Moose, at the different gambit of people that not Gannets, different gambit of people that actually watch the show, from young people to adults to elderly people. Everybody seems to have a little niche in the show, and they come up to us and say, you know, thanks a lot, or there's a lot of people we've helped over the years. There's a lot of venues that we've helped as far as keeping them open or getting a response for people, and so we want to thank those people too.
Yeah, thanks. And we'd like to think that too we helped out a bit when a while back the government was going to bulldoze all the sheds up at Wedge Island. We went up and did a whole show and made a bit of noise, and I think they still got another 6 years to go or something. In fact, it looks like they might just have a long-term reprieve.
Well, they should really, Moose. I mean, you look at it. What's it harming? They're just, you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's paradise, as we know, but they're not harming no one. They have their own little community. I think there was, I don't know exactly how many shacks there were. And it was just enjoyable. A lot of people just go there for holiday and place to stay. Well, we had a great time a couple of years ago, and I suppose, Jonesy, we're coming back up.
And also with the Perth Equestrian Centre, that was another long story, but basically we went down and made a bit of noise. And your voice, thanks to you for watching the show and for making a bit of noise and carrying on. They've also been given a huge reprieve because the council were going to sell it and whatever. And so I'd like to think we've done a lot. And also too, you'll notice on Access 31, since Balls and All have come along, there's all these other kind of follow-on shows that before we came along, other than maybe WOW with Chris Mainwaring, no one else really seemed to care about you, the local sports or events. And we came along and put it together, and now as you'll see there's all the other follow-on shows having a go at doing the same type of thing.
I'd like to say a lot of people walk up to me when we're out and think, oh, you must be making a killing, man. It's not true. In the last 3 years we've paid to do this show out of our own time. There's no money in it. I mean, we've worked our asses off to do it for you guys, and like I was saying before, just the appreciation is the only thing that's kept us really going, because I mean, we really don't get anything out of going to people's events or covering. I mean, if you know, it's just what yours came to us and saying you love it and all that kind of stuff. That keeps us going. So it's just been fantastic 3 years.
Yeah, good point. So whenever you do see the commercials and all that played during our show, hey, it doesn't come to us. It's all through the channel and whatever. So here on Balls and All, we've what James just said. It's when we're out and about, you guys saying how much you love the show and enjoy it and keep it up. Everyone says that. Keep going. Helps a lot, but you know, it's 3 years. We're going to be hanging around for a few more months anyway, and still doing your sports and your leisure and your events. And the only way we do them, of course, is you got to email us. Because one other point too is a lot of people say, oh, why haven't you done this and why haven't you done that? Well, it's easy. You haven't contacted us.
Email us, please.
That sounds familiar.
That's another story. Hey, Wayne.
Hey,
Wayne.
Anyway, everyone, thanks once again to everybody who's been involved. A huge thanks to you for being involved in the show by watching and emailing and writing and phoning, whatever. And it's because of you we keep on. So, everyone.
For the last time I get to say this, which is a tearful moment, but the name of the show is Balls and All! Yeah! Keep swinging.
Balls and All would like to thank the following.